Hey guys, it's Jenna coming to you on my crappy webcam because my camera's out of battery and I haven't used it in years. So you're here on webcam computer. Um, so today's video is going to be kind of fun because I'm going to be talking about something I never thought I ever would have done. Like not even like a year ago, I wouldn't have thought this was possible. Which was traveling alone by bus and train with cerebral palsy. So this whole story starts with me wanting to see my long distance boyfriend because usually he lives in Japan, which is like way long distance. But for a limited time, he was able to come to California, which is where I live. But he was still 5 hours away, which was like so close but so far. California is such a big state. Um, so I was trying to get my family to help drive me there because I can't drive. My muscles are like I can't do a regular car with like regular gas pedals and stuff because my muscles are just not developed enough for that. And my friends are like, why don't you try a handbrake or maybe a self-driving car? First of all, for a handbrake, I'd have to like get a car. I don't have the money for that right now. Um, and then I'd have to install the handbrake, and I don't know like how does one, you know? Um, and then self-driving cars just scare the living crap out of me. So even if I were able to do those options, I feel like it's still very much more mental than it is physical. Anyway, I'm trying to defend myself because I'm kind of insecure that I can't drive. But anyway, I was trying to get my family to help, but nobody really wanted to do that drive, which I don't blame them for. But at the same time, it's like, what can a girl do, you know? So girl decided, what can I do? Let me see if I can find trains or buses, to see him. And my family and I were very nervous about buses. So was my boyfriend, because he's also traveled by bus to see me. And he, encountered a lot of people that aren't so uh normal, shall we say. And so he was worried about that. So was I. But I couldn't find anything that was there was like no straight shot train for 5 hours to get to where he was. There was always a transfer to a bus or a bus to a transfer to train. So I was like, well, it looks like this isn't gonna happen. And I was really devastated by that because I didn't know the next time I was going to be able to see him. He was going to go back to Japan in a couple weeks after that. And it was like, well, I know if I don't have money for a car, do I have money for Japan? Not really. Um, so, um, he, so we were talking about it and what can we do? Eventually we just got desperate and I re-asked my mom because my mom was another person who was nervous about the buses. And I just asked her, I'm like, well, if okay, actually, first of all, I was able to get my dad to drive me to one of the trains so that he could see, or one of the buses, so that he could see how they worked and he could help me get on. And so the only thing that was really scary at that point was transferring from the bus to the train. And I was worried about that in itself because I was like, well, I only have like 15 minutes to transfer between each one. I have like two bags I needed to carry, which I ended up just putting around my neck, which was very hurtful for my neck. But yeah, so I was able to get my dad to supervise me. And so when that happened, I was like, which I'm so grateful for my dad for that, because honestly, that was a little out of character for him. He doesn't do a lot for people. Um, but he stepped up this past weekend and it was really, really great because I was able to get my mom to like feel okay about that. She's like, okay, you're with someone for the very beginning. You'll be alone for a lot of it, but at least there's someone there to help you in the beginning. So I got his help, um, and he was really helpful too because he was asking like the front desk lady like, is this 15 minutes? Like, is this how long we're gonna get? What if she needs more time? Uh, what can we expect? And the lady was like, oh, the schedule is padded, so you're gonna have plenty of time. Like, we're accessible to anyone with a disability. Anyone with a disability can use our trains and buses without um worry, supposedly. Uh, and I was like, well, what the frick does a padded schedule mean? And my dad didn't know either, but we used context clues and we're like, okay, I think that means that the schedule is like, we could get there earlier, and so then you'll have more time to transfer than what it says. And that is what ended up happening. Got there earlier, uh, had a lot of time to transfer, and when I first got there, to transfer from the bus to another train, the train was right there. So it was like really cool. Um, but that's not to discount the weird stuff that happened on the bus. Like it's still a bus and it's still with weird people. Uh, I got hit on, uh, by a random guy. That was uncomfortable. Uh, I never felt unsafe, but it was like, I don't like that. Uh, So if you're gonna go on a bus, just be aware of that, like I was. I also had one of these like watches that in case I were to like lose my phone or anything, I could just press a button and it would call my mom and 911 immediately. So I was like, that's amazing. And my mom got that for me. So that was really great. So that definitely helped me feel a little bit safer in the midst of what was going on with strangers. Um, Also, if you're ever wanting to do this, be aware that the bathroom on the bus is really freaking small, and it's also really hard to walk around on the bus bathroom. Like I didn't have to, thank God. Uh it was only like a couple hour bus ride and I was able to like dehydrate myself a little bit so that I didn't have to go. But like I was watching people and even like regular people were struggling walking to get to the bathroom. So be wary of that. When I transferred on my way back from the trip, to the bus, I had to go to the bathroom, but I'm like, okay, I'm here early, I have time. So I just like quickly in and out of the bathroom before we started moving, and that was good. So if you can get there early and go to the bathroom before you move, or just before you even leave for the bus, do that. Um, and yeah, be aware of your surroundings. People could be weird. Like I had a weird person. But don't be afraid to like ignore them or just don't engage. Like if they're trying to talk to you, just one word responses. Like and don't feel bad about that because like it's a literal stranger. Uh, so yeah. But that being said, when I transferred from the bus to the train, there were stairs. I was a little bit nervous about that, but the conductor was really sweet. He was like, "Do you need anything? Like, can I help you?" And I'm like, can you just like stand behind me and make sure I don't lose my balance with like the two bags around my neck and everything?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course." And just the whole time while I was going up the stairs, he's like, "I'm right behind you. I'm right behind you." So that was really sweet. And then when I was leaving the train, going down was a lot harder, like going down the stairs because like my forward momentum with the bags and everything. But some really cool adults, um, not weird strangers, uh, were helping me with my bags and everything. So that was great. Um, on the way back from the trip, like I said, it was a train to bus situation. So I started on a train and ended on a bus, which was opposite from starting on a bus, ending on a train that I started with. And I was nervous about that because I didn't know uh, if the bus was going to be the same as the first bus I was on, um, if the train was going to be easy to get onto. But thank goodness for both of those. The train was easier to get onto. There was no stairs on this particular train. And then the bus, I forgot to mention, I used a wheelchair lift to get on the bus both times. So that was helpful. And I'm glad they had that option because that was something I was scared about. Um, and also transferring from the train to the bus on my way back. Once I got off the train, I had no idea where the bus was gonna be. So I just went ahead and asked somebody, and they gave me the information I needed and even offered those little like golf cart-esque looking things to transfer me over to where the buses were, which was so helpful because my neck was killing me. Um, but yeah, so basically, long story short, not short at all because I said it all. Um, it was nerve-wracking. I was really, really nervous in the beginning and before the trip. But it was easier than I thought it was gonna be. People were nicer than I thought they were gonna be. And ultimately, like, yes, I have a disability. I am a lot more vulnerable than other people, but I'm also a lot more visible, which means that people are gonna be willing to help, and they were. And there are good people in the world, and I gotta remember that. I gotta be wary of the bad people, but good people, they exist. So. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I had a wonderful weekend. Definitely, definitely worth it. So if you're in a similar situation at all, go for it. Girl, boy, they, them, go for it. You deserve it, and you can do it. And ultimately, I was really, really proud of myself afterwards because again, it was something I did not think I was ever going to be able to do, and I did it, and it wasn't so bad. uh, Definitely helps that I had some parents, one parent that was willing to accompany me. But either way, I feel like you got this. Like it wasn't so bad at all. So yeah, that's pretty much my story time. Uh, that's all I have for you, I guess. Um, just it's definitely okay to be nervous. But ultimately, I didn't have to be. I was, but everything turned out okay. Um, Again, I had my phone on me at all times in case I was in trouble, and then if I didn't, I had that cool watch. So if you definitely want a extra level of comfort, that can definitely help. It definitely helped me actually. Just my my peace of mind. Didn't end up having to use it, thank goodness, but it did help my peace of mind. Um, yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, unedited video. Because I don't want to edit. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't even want to leave you guys because I feel so good right now for some reason. I just want to keep talking. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you have any more video ideas for me, please put them in the comments below. This one was another one I did of my own accord. Nobody asked for it. But I just wanted to share how my life has been going for the past couple weeks. So yeah, thanks guys. Bye.